everybody, this is Jim Higley, one of your iVoices from Chicago.
Hi, this is Celena Gill, your iVoice in Washington, D.C.
Hi, this is Sharon Rowley, your iVoice from Bedford Corners, New York. And this morning my husband and I are headed out to the theater. We're going to see the movie Bully.
To talk about this movie is not the same as giving a movie review. It's really about participating in a conversation and a dialogue that our country, especially the adults in our country, need to have regarding a crisis involving our children.
I took my 12-year-old son to see the film. He'd actually been asking me to see the film for weeks, even before it came out in theaters, because he had heard about it, so he really wanted to see it. He had been bullied before, and he had also stood up for other kids who'd been bullied, so he really wanted to see the film.
What I've come to learn raising my own kids is whether or not they're bullied themselves, they're exposed to a world that's become incredibly insensitive to other people.
There were a lot of tears on the part of myself and my son, and very, very insightful about the lives of teenagers and teenagers when it comes to bullying and peer pressure in school.
What do we do when our kid's a victim? What do we do when our kid comes home and talks about seeing someone else being bullied and they're not sure, should they be standing up to the bully? How should they be handling it? You know, our answer can't always be, go tell the guidance counselor at school.
One of the main characters was a young boy, or I say characters, one of the main featured young men in this documentary was a young boy named Alex. Sweet kid who was picked on, victimized in ways that just were heartbreaking. He had a line about halfway through the documentary that just made the movie for me. And what he said was that he didn't believe in luck, but he believed in hope. And I just lost it when I heard this kid really sharing that what he had to live for was hope. To me, that kind of became the bumper sticker for the movie. No kid in our country should only live for hope. Kids should live for fun. They should live for the excitement of the day ahead of them without fear of being made fun of or hurt.
The Bully movie does a terrific job of bringing awareness to the problem of bullying. But where I think it falls a little bit short is that it doesn't really teach us as parents or teach educators and school administrators what's the proper way to deal with the situation.
Isn't that kind of the theme and the moral of the movie is we don't have answers, and as parents and adults, we haven't really led our kids to those answers. To me, that's the real takeaway, not a disappointment in a lack of a perfectly wrapped up box with the answer, but the realization that we don't have answers. And it's time for all of us, parents, teachers, administrators, politicians, everyone, to take this issue seriously, roll up our sleeves, and start a dialogue to find answers and lead the path to safety for our kids.